Biomass, harnessing waste for good. Biomass is a renewable energy source and is a great alternative to fossil fuels. At its core, it's about burning naturally occurring resources like plants, wood, and organic waste to produce energy. What makes it unique is it is fueled directly by the environment. Resources used for fuel. The fuel for biomass comes from everyday materials such as agricultural products like corn and kelp. Waste products such as animal manure, unsellable products, and even trash can be converted into energy. Cellulosic products in which are not used, like plant fibers, are also key. And wood, whether debris or byproducts, remains one of the most common sources. Process of production. There are several ways to produce energy from biomass, but there are three main methods. Through direct combustion, biomass is converted directly into energy. Through thermochemical conversion, they use chemicals and or heat through pyrolysis and gasification with high temperatures, and biological conversion like fermentation, which turns sugars into biofuels. And in this fermentation, they use yeast or bacteria that goes and produces ethanol and the carbon dioxide, which is a very important process in creating these biomasses. All of these processes ultimately generate steam, which powers turbines and produces electricity. Availability. Biomass has been used for energy for hundreds of thousands of years. In fact, it was once the largest source of U.S. energy consumption up into the 1850s. Today, it still accounts for about 5% of primary energy consumption in the U.S. Globally, biomass makes up 55% of renewable energy and about 6% of total energy use, as it is used in agriculture, industry, and in households. Carbon neutrality. One of the biggest advantages of biomass is its carbon neutrality. The carbon released when biomass is burned is about the same amount of carbon absorbed during the growth of plants. This balance helps prevent greenhouse gas buildup. However, it is important to note that nutrient cycles can sometimes be disrupted, so careful management is needed. Economic effects. Biomass has also strong economic impacts. It supports imports and exports, especially of wood fuel pellets, and it reduces reliance on fossil fuel imports as America is now lessly affected by the supply chain disruptions. Biomass also creates jobs, raises crop prices, and strengthens local economies. However, raising crop prices may seem detrimental to the consumer. Publicity and policy. Biomass has gained attention through legislation and government support. The Biomass Research and Development Act of 2000 and Executive Order 13,134 are examples of federal initiatives. Agencies like the U.S. Energy Information Administration provide resources to educate the public and encourage adoption and allows the community to know what is happening with energy resources. Recommendation. To maximize biomass benefits, we should focus on using local waste and wood as well as organic materials. And by investing in efficient technologies, we can mandate and mechanize this process. Through practicing environmental precautions like recording emissions, we can limit how much is released into the environment. And by leveraging government initiatives and private investment, this sector can become fairly influential in the energy field. And gradually, we should expand to ensure sustainability. The course of action with limitless funding. If funding were unlimited, we could build large-scale infrastructure and establish widespread facilities, creating multiple headquarters. Partnerships with local farms would ensure steady waste supply, and innovation could lead to production with no harmful byproducts. And educational practices would inform communities about the benefits of biomass. In conclusion, biomass is renewable, carbon neutral, and economically beneficial. Thank you and Gigam. Here's the total list of the works cited.